This is how to prove the Pythagorean theorem by Cheyenne and Becca. Today our very own Miss Bonsall is going to teach us how to prove the Pythagorean theorem. In this proof, Becca began with the right triangle. And then he drew the altitude of the hypotenuse. Okay, from there he used properties of similarity to prove the theorem.
Now that the triangle is drawn, we can prove that triangle ABC is similar to triangle CBE. Okay, so we can prove that by using the angle-angle postulate. And so, this angle B is congruent to angle B, and angle C is congruent to angle E, so then we get the ratio that S over A is equal to A over C. Now since A and C are both on the bottom, we can multiply it by AC. And then we get SC is equal to A squared. Now we can prove the triangle ABC is similar to triangle ACE. We can do this using pretty much what we used up here. So, as before, it follows from the AA postulate that these two triangles are similar. Okay, so angle A is congruent to angle A, makes sense, and angle C is congruent to angle E. Therefore, the two triangles are similar. So then we get the ratio that R over B is equal to B over C. And since we have BC again, we can multiply it by BC. And then we get RC is equal to B squared. So I'm going to write some stuff on top so we have some room. So now we can add our two results to get SC plus RC is equal to A squared plus B squared. So practically reversing the distributive property, we can get that C parentheses S plus R is equal to A squared plus B squared. So then, you get getting C squared plus A squared, or C squared equals A squared plus B squared. It concludes the Pythagorean theorem.
Real-life applications of the Pythagorean theorem.
Firemen, construction workers, and other workers often rely on the use of ladders in their line of work. This makes use of the Pythagorean theorem in various situations. For example, the height of a second-story window may be 25 feet. And a window cleaner may need to put the ladder 10 feet away from the house in order to avoid bushes or flowers. How long of a ladder does the window cleaner need in order to achieve this task?
is the right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared plus b squared is going to equal leg 1 and leg 2. C squared is going to equal x over here, which is the hypotenuse, which we don't know. So now I'm going to take 10 feet squared plus 25 feet squared equals x squared. So 10 squared is 100. And 25 squared is 625 equals x squared. So add those together and you get 725 equals x squared. And then you square root this number over here and you square root this number over here. So you get x equals about 27 feet. So the window washer is going to be needing a ladder that is about 27 feet.
Let's say Bob and Larry are meeting at Blockbuster. Bob is 8 miles away in one direction, and Larry is 7 miles away in a different direction. How far are they from each other?
Okay, since we know that this is going to be our right triangle, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, which again is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now we're going to make this a, and we're going to make this b, and then this up here, x, is going to be c. So we're going to take a squared, which is Bob's miles from Blockbuster, plus Larry's miles from Blockbuster, which is 7, and we're going to get x squared. So you're going to take 64 plus 49, because you're going to square these, and that's going to equal x squared. Now together, this equals 113. So you're going to square root 113 to get x squared. Okay, so 113 is about 10.6, so x equals about 10.6 miles. So that is here. They're 10.6 miles from each other. Television sets are generally measured diagonally, thus classifying them as 13 inches, 27 inches, 36 inches, and so forth. Suppose we want to purchase an entertainment center, but it only holds enough room in its cubicle for a 27-inch TV set. We initially know that the length of our TV is 15 inches, and the height of our TV is 12 inches. Will our TV be able to fit in the cubicle?
Okay, so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And a and b are going to be the height and the length of the TV. So 12 squared plus 15 squared equals x squared, which is the actual size of the TV. So we know that 12 squared is 144, and 15 squared is 225, and that equals x squared. So you add them together and you get 369 equals c squared, or x squared. So now you square root both of them so that you can get x on one side, and then the square root of 369 is about 19.2 inches. So that is the length of your TV or the size. So it will fit in your cubicle.